What's up guys, it's Regent, and today we're going to be looking at the 3 best HDR setups for Warzone Season 5. To start off, we're looking at my favorite HDR setup, what I like to call the long range HDR. To start things off, we're going to be using the monolithic suppressor for better sound suppression and damage range, along with a hidden bullet velocity buff, which really helps you out with sniping in Warzone. The HDR already has pretty much the best bullet velocity in the game, which can make it feel almost hit scan at times, but that added bullet velocity buff won't hurt, and overall makes this attachment really necessary to put on the sniper. We then put on the 26.9-inch HDR Pro barrel. One of the nicer things about this barrel is that it's the first barrel that you unlock, making it really great for newer players who might have just started using this weapon. The Pro barrel gives you better damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control, all three of which are really important when it comes to optimizing your weapon's performance in Warzone, especially at longer ranges. We then put on Tack Laser. Tack Laser helps you with ADS speed, aiming stability, and aim walking steadiness, all three of which really help you acquire and maintain your sights on targets. The Tack Laser's only drawback is that it's visible to enemies, but honestly it can go easily miss in the midst of a gunfight, meaning that it really has no real drawback, making it a fantastic attachment for not only the HDR but a lot of other weapons in Warzone. We then put on the one attachment which really defines the setup from the other setups I'm going to show you. This is the variable zoom scope. This scope zooms between a 5.5 times magnification and a 12.6 times magnification. When using the scope, I'd recommend only using the 12.6 times magnification because it really gives you the precision needed to hit long range headshots, which are really important to get those one-shot kills in Warzone. The 5.5 times, on the other hand, is actually a lower magnification than the default scope, making it, in my opinion, pretty much useless. We then put on the Tack Stalker Scout for our stock attachment. This gives us an ADS increase, meaning that we'll be able to quickly acquire our targets. Overall, the setup is great for fighting at long range, can also be easily used at medium range as well, making it, in my opinion, the best setup. Of course, this may not suit all of you guys' playstyles. As a result, there are 2 other really good setups for the HDR. The second one is called the Perk HDR. This HDR is really built around the Focus Perk, which gives you flinch resistance. This is a weapon you'll be using at medium and long range to be hitting one-shot kill headshots and pretty much starting a lot of fights in your team's favor. First, we put on monolithic suppressor for the same reasons. Same with the 26.9-inch HDR Pro barrel, Tack Laser, and the Tack Stalker Scout. We skip out on the variable zoom optic for the Focus Perk. The Focus Perk helps you with flinch resistance. Flinch is when you're getting shot at while scoped in on a target, and as a result your scope feels like it's bouncing around, making it nearly impossible to hit the target. The Focus Perk helps you with this, making it easier for you to hit targets that are shooting and hitting you, making it a very effective perk when you're in massive firefights, maybe even involving multiple teams that may be in a crossfire with one another. Overall, I think this setup is really good, and honestly the default optic for the HDR isn't bad at all and has great magnification, meaning that this setup is probably one of your best bets to really succeed as a sniper in Warzone. This then brings us to our final HDR setup, which is really not one I'd use as much as the 2 others, but it's still a very good setup, might suit some playstyles. This is what I like to call the Strafing HDR, and it's really built around the Nomad Stock and Presence of Mind, which I'll talk about later. But first, we of course once again put on Monolithic Suppressor, the HDR Pro Barrel, and Tack Laser. These are the three attachments you'll pretty much want to put on every HDR build. First, let's look at the Nomad Stock. The Nomad Stock increases aim walking movement speed. This is of course the speed of which you can strafe left to right while ADSing, or looking down your scope. This can be really effective when you're not wanting to be hit by another sniper. Of course, most of the time you want to be standing still when you can, just so that it's easy to line up any shots you want to take. This, though, makes you an easy shot for other snipers that will be lining you up in the meantime. The Nomad Stock helps you counter this, as you can strafe continuously while trying to acquire a target and only stand still when you stop to shoot, making it very effective for more aggressive players who might be trying to close the gap in on their sniping, but not so much to the point where they're using something like a Kar 98. The perk that helps the most with this sort of more aggressive, strafing kind of sniping is Presence of Mind. It gives you an extended breath hold, which means that you'll have steadier aim for longer, which can help when you are taking longer to acquire a target while strafing from left to right. Overall, the setup is really good, and even though it's my least favorite of the three setups, I definitely try it out and see if it suits your playstyle, as it's still really effective. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it really helpful with you setting up your HDRs. Sniping right now in Warzone can be difficult at times with the current AR SMG meta, but it's definitely still viable. And these 3 HDR setups will help you absolutely dominate in Warzone. If you found this video helpful, please consider dropping a like and even subscribing to the channel, as both of those would really help me greatly. If you didn't like the video and didn't find it helpful, please consider dropping a dislike and then telling me down below in the comments on what I should improve. Well, anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed making it to help you guys out, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.